Skol Nation, stop right now. US Bank Stadium just erupted with breaking news. A secret defensive weapon just emerged to shatter the NFL's hottest trend. Brian Flores sent a cold reality check to his prized rookie defensive lineman, and a locker room insider leaked explosive details about tension between J.J. McCarthy and Kevin O'Connell. Insiders warned us this morning, and here is your first payoff. Brian Flores is officially deploying a 280-pound muscle machine on the outside to completely annihilate 3 tight end packages. If you skol louder than you breathe and hate the Packers more than bad weather, smash like and subscribe right now. We start with the defensive secret weapon that has Minneapolis buzzing. Stay locked, there is a double cliffhanger at the end. Whispers from Vikings training camp turned into a roaring reality this week, and the coaching staff just signaled a massive scheme adjustment. The name behind this defensive evolution? Tyrion Ingram Dawkins. While media critics spent the summer slamming Minnesota's lack of traditional edge rusher depth behind Dallas Turner and Andrew Van Ginkel following Jonathan Greenard's departure, Brian Flores was quietly preparing a counter-strike. Over the last few days at camp, Ingram Dawkins showed up slimmed down to a jacked 280 pounds with pure power. He is not your traditional bend-the-edge speed rusher like Von Miller. Instead, he possesses linear speed and brutal strength that steamrolled tight end Josh Oliver during recent practices. That exact power is Flores' secret weapon against the heavy 13 personnel trend. Offenses using 3 tight ends, sweeping the NFL today. Most tight ends can hold off a standard 260-pound edge, but they collapse against a mobile defensive tackle playing the outer technique. Flores is lining him up at a 7 technique and 5 technique, letting him crash inside while loopers like Van Ginkel, Eric Wilson, or Blake Cashman twist around him to destroy quarterbacks. Ingram Dawkins also gives Minnesota the freedom to run a chaotic 3-3-5 pass rush with 3 off-ball linebackers threatening blitzes simultaneously. Think of him as a discount version of Greenard who can set a hard edge and physically bulldoze through double teams. In 25 initial snaps last season, he showed flashes, but now his body composition and technical development have taken a dramatic leap. Standing outside the offensive tackle, his sheer explosiveness forces offensive coordinators to rethink their protection calls before the snap. Flores loves total defensive versatility, and having a defender who can instantly shift from a wide 5 technique to a traditional interior 3 technique on third down gives Minnesota an unfair tactical advantage. During 11-on-11 team drills, offense linemen struggled to match his raw torque, resulting in immediate backfield penetration and blown-up run plays. While the front office didn't sign a high-priced veteran edge in free agency or draft a dedicated edge rusher early, they bet heavily on Flores' ability to maximize niche skill sets. This physical shift gives the defense a heavy counter against physical rushing attacks without sacrificing pass rush integrity. Analysts watching film from this week's joint sessions noted that Ingram Dawkins consistently defeated single blocks within 2 seconds of snap execution, creating absolute chaos for incoming ball carriers. His ability to anchor against violent double teams allows Minnesota to maintain lighter, faster secondary packages without fearing heavy run schemes. When opposing offenses try to isolate him with an inline tight end, Ingram Dawkins uses explosive hand placement to instantly disengage and plug the primary B gap or C gap. This specific flexibility solves a massive riddle for Flores, who previously had to rotate linebackers outward to compensate for weak edge containment against heavy run formations. The entire front 7 operates with a heightened level of violent aggression because they know the outside edge will not cave under physical pressure. His transformation during the spring program has elevated him from a fringe rotational body into a cornerstone chess piece for this entire defensive philosophy. If he maintains this trajectory into the regular season opener, Minnesota will possess one of the most unpredictable and physical front fronts in the entire NFC North. Do you think Ingram Dawkins can successfully anchor this edge depth, or must Minnesota sign a veteran before week 1? Drop your thoughts below, smash that like button, and let's prove Viking Nation has the sharpest football minds in the league. But while Ingram Dawkins surges, another high-profile defender is getting a major reality check from the coaching staff. Scouts called it calculated physical potential, and the front office loved the physical traits during the draft process. The question wasn't whether the talent was there, but when it would translate to the NFL field. The identity everyone is asking about? Caleb Banks and the coaching staff just sent a message that every fan needs to hear. Expectations were sky high when Minnesota used their top draft investment on a massive interior defender, but the defensive coordinator just slammed the brakes on the hype train. Drafted out of Florida with elite physical size at 6'6" and 327 pounds, many expected Banks to step in immediately after the front office released 2 veteran defensive tackles in the offseason. However, Brian Flores made it clear this week that Banks will not be rushed into a massive starter workload. After missing most of the 2025 college season with an injury and then re-aggravating a foot injury at the NFL Combine, Banks was unable to participate physically in OTAs or minicamp. While he is no longer limited at training camp, he is only taking a handful of full-speed reps each day as the coaching staff monitors his endurance and physical ramp-up. Flores publicly stated that he is a patient guy with rookies, pointing out that even 2024 first-round pick Dallas Turner only played 302 snaps in his rookie year while developing behind veterans. Flores noted that 99% of rookie players need time to build pro routines, understand NFL schemes, and develop proper habits to reach their optimum potential. He emphasized that while rookies often put massive pressure on themselves, they will not get unrealistic expectations from him. This patient approach puts heavy pressure on young defensive tackles Levi Drake Rodriguez and Jalen Redmond to shoulder the primary workload along the defensive line. Last year, Rodriguez played 461 snaps, delivering 11 quarterback pressures while excelling against the run. Flores noted that both Rodriguez and Ingram Dawkins have shown vastly improved confidence and technique entering this year's camp. With rookie DT Dominique Orange also undergoing a slow developmental curve, Rodriguez and Redmond will be relied upon heavily as the primary interior wall during early regular season action. The coaching staff plans to heavy test Banks during upcoming preseason reps against the New York Giants to evaluate his game speed readiness. Developing an interior defensive lineman requires mastering footwork, leverage, and reading complex blocking schemes in a fraction of a second. Flores refuses to jeopardize Banks' long-term health or confidence by throwing him into 50 snaps a game before his body is completely conditioned for NFL contact. The training staff has instituted a specialized strength and mobility program designed to build lower body durability and protect his foot from future aggravation. During individual drills, coaches are focusing intensely on his pad level, forcing him to keep his massive frame low to avoid getting driven backward by veteran interior guards. While some fans might view this deliberate patience as a red flag, internal sources emphasize that the front office views Banks as a dominant 10-year anchor rather than a quick seasonal patch. By taking the long view approach, Minnesota ensures that when Banks finally hits the field for extended regular season action, he will be fully equipped to dominate. His raw athletic upside remains astronomical, but physical tools alone cannot substitute for detailed mental preparation and physical conditioning in Flores' intricate defense. Is Flores making the right call by slow-playing Caleb Banks? Or should the rookie be thrown straight into the fire? Comment your take below. But as the defense settles its rotation, a massive bombshell just dropped regarding the quarterback room and a fiery rift behind closed doors. A move months in the making has finally reached its breaking point, and sources close to the building indicate the file sat on Kevin O'Connell's desk since March. The identity everyone's asking about? J.J. McCarthy, and the locker room already knows things got tense behind closed doors. The quarterback battle in Minnesota came to an official end when head coach Kevin O'Connell named newcomer Kyler Murray as the Week 1 starter, but explosive reports now detail what really went wrong behind the scenes. Following a rookie year lost to full meniscus surgery and a difficult 2025 campaign where he ranked last in completion percentage at 57.6% and passer rating at 72.6, McCarthy lost the summer competition to Murray. However, NFL insider Tyler Dunn reported shocking statements from an unnamed teammate revealing that McCarthy repeatedly pushed back against O'Connell's coaching points during film sessions and meetings. When O'Connell made specific corrections, sources say McCarthy pushed back asking why they couldn't do it a different way. That kind of rebuttal is acceptable for a veteran quarterback with years of game reps, but not for a novice who barely threw the ball in college. Teammates noted that O'Connell has proven credentials, having coached Matthew Stafford, Kirk Cousins, and Sam Darnold to massive success. In fact, Darnold resurrected his career under O'Connell in 2024 before becoming a Super Bowl champion with Seattle. A teammate pointed out that even when Darnold asked for minor route adjustments, he did it diplomatically because he understood O'Connell had a bigger picture vision for the entire offense. McCarthy simply didn't have the latitude to challenge the play caller. While O'Connell publicly maintained this week that McCarthy remains an incredibly important member of the quarterback room, Murray's mastery of the playbook and elite mobility sealed the starting job. McCarthy now enters the preseason matchup against the New York Giants, with his long-term future in Minnesota facing a critical test. If he shines in preseason action, he could rebuild trust within the coaching staff. But another sluggish performance could cement his status as a backup or potential trade asset down the line. The psychological shift in the locker room has been palpable since the announcement became official on Tuesday morning. Veterans on the offense have naturally gravitated toward Kyler Murray's decisive leadership and proven playmaking ability in high-pressure situations. Meanwhile, McCarthy's stubbornness in film meetings created an unspoken rift with the coaching staff, who felt their meticulous preparation was being unnecessarily questioned by an unproven passer. O'Connell's system demands complete trust from the quarterback, as route concepts and timing reads are designed down to the exact millisecond. McCarthy's tendency to second-guess play designs in practice translated into hesitation during full-speed reps, leading to turnover-worthy throws and stalled drives. In contrast, Murray picked up the installation rapidly, demonstrating sharp mechanics, rapid processing, and the explosive scramble capability that made him a Pro Bowler. McCarthy addressed the media stating he intends to stay ready and control what he can control, but the writing on the wall is clear. The front office invested heavily in him with the 10th overall pick, but professional football is a production business, and winning now overrides long-term developmental projects. Can McCarthy fix his relationship with O'Connell and reclaim this franchise, or is Kyler Murray the long-term answer in Minnesota? Hit like and tell us in the comments. 3 massive stories, 1 defining moment for the franchise. Brian Flores has crafted a secret defensive weapon to destroy the league's newest offense. The rookie defensive line rotation is demanding patience, and the quarterback torch has officially been passed to Kyler Murray amidst locker room friction. Minnesota is not standing still. This team is arming itself to conquer the NFC North and dominate the conference. The talent is assembled, the scheme is lethal, and the standard has been set. If the Vikings maintain this defensive intensity and Murray unlocks the full potential of O'Connell's playbook, the rest of the division is in serious trouble. Here is what I need from Viking Nation right now. 1. Smash that like button if you believe Flores' defense will be the #1 unit in the NFL this season. 2. Leave a comment with your prediction for Kyler Murray's touchdown total in Week 1. 3. Hit subscribe immediately so you never miss an urgent Minnesota update, because every new subscriber makes Packers fans sweat. But pay close attention because the edge of the cliff is right here. J.J. McCarthy takes the field this Saturday against the Giants, and scouts report that his performance under center could determine whether Minnesota actively listens to trade inquiries before Week 1. Meanwhile, the Green Bay Packers are closely monitoring Minnesota's defensive edge depth and preparing a surprising roster move of their own to counter Flores' front 7. Which domino falls first in the North? Hit subscribe, stay locked, and Skol.